Students, in the last video, we discussed till water of crystallization or hydrated salt. Opposite to hydrated salt, we have anhydrous salts. If hydrated means having water, anhydrous means no water. So these are the compounds, or you can say salts, which do not have any water in them. They might be amorphous or they might be crystalline in nature. Now, what are the amorphous anhydrated salt? Now, these are the same crystalline salts which come into amorphous forms on heating. For example, this is copper sulfate, 5 molecules of water. This one is crystalline salt. When you heat it, it comes to copper sulfate plus 5 molecules of water, and this copper sulfate is now anhydrous salt. When you heat ferrous sulfate, 7 molecules of water, you can call it ferrous sulfate crystals. When you heat it, it changes into ferrous sulfate plus 7 molecules of water, and this ferrous sulfate is now anhydrous salt, doesn't have water. If they are crystalline in nature, so they are crystals without water. For example, potassium nitrate, potassium chloride, sodium chloride. They show a special characteristics on heating. When you heat these salts, they give a particular sound. We call it crackling sound. This is a speciality of crystalline compounds which are without water. What is the process? What happens? This is the breaking up of bigger crystals of the compound into smaller ones. Next term is efflorescence. So what is efflorescence? Now we have some compounds which lose water when they are exposed to atmosphere. Now this lose water, either they lose it completely or they lose it partially. The phenomena is known as efflorescence, and the salts are known as efflorescent salts. For example, sodium sulfate 10 molecules of water, magnesium sulfate 7 molecules of water, sodium carbonate 10 molecules of water. When they expose to atmosphere, they lose their crystalline form and change into amorphous state. So this efflorescence is maximum when the temperature is high and when atmosphere is dry. Opposite to that, we have deliquescence. Now what is deliquescence? This is a property of some compounds, some salts, that absorb water at ordinary temperature, at room temperature. They absorb moisture from the atmosphere and they absorb till they change into saturated solution. So what happened? First of all, they absorb water, then they lose their crystalline form, and ultimately they change into saturated solution. The phenomena is known as deliquescence, and the salts are known as deliquescent salt, or they are water soluble salts. For example, we have potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, magnesium chloride, ferric chloride, zinc nitrate. It is maximum when the temperature is low or atmosphere is humid. Now we know that sodium chloride is crystalline without water. So why this sodium chloride become wet or some paste like structure or some liquid when in the rainy season? So this is not sodium chloride. Now the sodium chloride is mixed with some impurities of magnesium chloride. That is deliquescent in nature. So when it absorbs water, this one is magnesium chloride, that absorb water, not sodium chloride. So that become wet in rainy season. Next term is hygroscopic term. Now what are hygroscopic substances? Now these substances, they absorb moisture just like deliquescent, but they do not dissolve to make saturated solution. So they absorb moisture without dissolving in it. For example, concentrated sulfuric acid, calcium oxide, phosphorus pentoxide and silica gel. Next term is drying agent. So drying agent, just like hygroscopic substances, they absorb moisture from the atmosphere as well as they remove, or you can say they absorb moisture from other substances also. So we call them desiccants. Desiccants means moisture absorber. Moisture absorber. For example, same examples: concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus pentoxide and calcium oxide. So drying agent can be hygroscopic agent substances also. The next term is dehydrating agent. So what are these dehydrating agent? Besides absorbing moisture from the atmosphere as well as from the other substances, they can even remove water of crystalline from crystalline substances. So for example, concentrated sulfuric acid. Now when you pass concentrated sulfuric acid from copper sulfate dot 5 molecules of water, this is copper sulfate crystals that are blue crystalline. When you pass concentrated sulfuric acid through them, they change into copper sulfate plus 5 molecules of water. Now this copper sulfate is now white amorphous. White amorphous. So we can say dehydrating agent can be drying agent or hygroscopic substances, but hygroscopic substances, all drying agent cannot be dehydrating agents. Drying agents are used to dry gases even. Dehydrating agents can be used to dry gases as well as to remove water of crystallization from crystals. I hope everything is understood. Thank you. Have a good day.